All right, so we're sitting on our well-constructed subfloor for our first build, and this is the build for our shed. So the shed that we're building is going to have all of our utility equipment for our solar panel system. So the inverter, the batteries, maybe we'll sneak in a little office space so we can escape the trailer every now and then.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Stephen and Andrew, our oldest, wrapped up the subfloor build or construction yesterday, and then last night as a family we were able to get this very first wall on our very first build erected. So I know that I really am impressed by the subfloor. So why don't we tell everyone how exactly you did it? I can't even take credit in this. I can't.
So the shed's going to be 8 feet by 12 feet. And it is sitting on 6 precast concrete piers with the metal beam bracket. And so what we did first is we just dug down all the way till we hit rock under each of the footings, and then backfilled and compacted with gravel. So we had good secured foundation to set the piers on. And then we laminated some beams. We took some 2x6 pressure treated lumber and sandwiched some OSB in between to get the right dimensions. Leveled them all off so that we had a good structure. And then the next part was a little unconventional. Is instead of rolling the joist the way you typically would do, spanning across the beams, we actually assembled that part upside down. So we set the joists all in place, but then we put a quarter sheet of OSB on top and screwed the OSB down into the joist. And when we were ready, when we had that all done, we actually flipped them upside down. And that way we had the bottom of the subfloor done for the most part. And so it took away having to crawl underneath. And even though I still had to go down there for the hurricane ties, it reduced how much, having to hold OSB up and drill it into the bottom of the joist. So we did that. So we flipped it upside down, then we had the joist in place. We secured them to the beams with hurricane ties. We put on our rim board on the side, nailed that in place, and then we insulated in between the floor joists, and then we glued and nailed down the subfloor decking. So it feels good. It's not very echoey at all. It feels solid. So I'm happy with how it turned out.
Yeah, so today we're going to work on completing the other 3 walls. I think we can get it done no problem. And then when we're in town tomorrow, we'll be able to pick up the rest of the materials for the roof and the siding and the insulating and everything else we need to do. So looking forward to getting this part done. It feels good to build. We've been here 6 weeks, and it feels good to finally build and be working with the tools, and it's good practice for us for when we build the shop. So we got to get to work though.
A lot of work to do.
Because it might rain today.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
We finished up framing up the walls. What did you think about lifting that heavy wall?
The tallest wall, the one with the window, was I almost thought we're not going to get this.
Yeah, I thought it was going to slide.
We thought we were going to have to get creative with the tractor, but we made it work. Drew helped.
Yeah.
Muscle.
Yeah.
Muscle helps.
And so it should get a little easier from here on out. So we went and we picked up all the wood that we need to do the roof rafters. The way we designed it is it's a mono slope roof. So it will, the back wall is 8 feet tall. The front wall is a little less than 10 feet. So there will be just a single slope to the roof, which makes it pretty easy. Once we get the right angle for the notch for the bird's feet, bird's mouth, bird something, some sort of bird anatomy. So we'll get that. We cut those into each of the rafters, and then we design the roof so it's going to be 15 feet wide, 10 feet in length, and the 15 feet wide is pretty important because it'll be 5 full 3-foot wide panels. So we shouldn't have to do any extra cutting than what's necessary.
Yeah, we don't need that. It's not going to be easy to cut either. So.
Yep, and we got all the metal trim, and then what else? We got the
gutters.
We got the gutters, and then we also have all of the paneling. So for the exterior siding.
Oh yes, that's heavy.
Yeah, it is. So we picked up Hardy, what is it called? It's the fiber cement vertical panel siding, and it's pretty cool stuff. It's heavy, but I think it's gonna give a lot of stability. It's gonna look nice with the shed.
It's gonna look nice too because it's got that like wood grain type look to it.
Yeah.
So
yep.
It'll look really nice and.
Yeah, and then what, a door? We gotta put a door on the thing. We gotta put.
We've never put in a door before, so that should be interesting.
Door and a window we have to set, and then just a lot of finish work. There's gonna be a lot of trim work on the roof, getting that in place.
Yep, and as far as the interior is concerned, we've got plans of putting plywood up on one wall for the utility.
The back wall, right?
Yeah, and then everything else, I think we've decided on doing the drywall.
Yeah, I think drywall makes the most sense. The door that we have there's already, the jamb of the door is going to sit inside of the interior of the wall framing. So if we do anything like a really thin paneling or something like that, the jamb of the door is just going to be sticking out. We could cut it.
All right, we're getting ahead of ourselves talking about the interior, so let's just get to the roofing and the siding, get that all wrapped up, and then we can get inside of the shed.
Let's get it done. well, let's get caught up with where we're at here right now. So obviously the shed looks a little different than the last update.
Yeah, a little more finished.
Right, so here's what we've got done. So the roof is pretty much completely done. We have all 5 of the panels on, we cut them to length. It actually worked out pretty well. We put in a lot more screws than we needed to, but that roof's not going anywhere.
It's not.
We did all the trim, so the gable trim, the top and bottom eave end trim is done. We got the gutters up. I still have to do the downspouts. We were waiting until we had the painting done to get those in place. And then I've got one more gutter cover, whatever, a gutter screen, I guess it is, to still install there on the end. I was one part short on that. But yeah, we've done a ton. So we had all the siding put up, and then I had to go out of town this weekend for a little bit of a family emergency, and Jessica got all the painting done.
So while Steven was out of town, I was given the project of the paint.
Who gave you the project?
I gave myself the project.
All right.
What, was that not clear?
I didn't give you the project.
No, you did not. Okay. I like to pull my own weight, and there's not a whole lot I can do. So painting I can do. So I gave myself the project of paint, and there was a brand new store new to our area that sells Benjamin Moore paint. So
and we've seen
checked
them.
it out.
We've seen Benjamin Moore on a lot of channels. So seeing the brand new store, it's only been open a few weeks.
Yep.
I'm glad you got a chance to go in there. It seemed like
Yeah,
the paint was really good.
It was really good.
Hi, Winston. Hi, baby.
It was really good quality paint. Is really good quality paint. So I did a coat of primer, 2 coats of paint, and usually we go with like a little paint color to test out the area, but we just went all for it. So pretty much everything on the exterior is done. And
The only thing we want to still do is we have to do the trim on the corners.
Yep.
But I don't know that we're going to do that right now.
We've got a shop to build.
Yeah, we got a big project we need to get started on.
Yes.
That might be something we get to maybe next spring. But I'm really happy with the exterior. I'm gonna put that last gutter screen on, and I think we're pretty much good on the exterior. Oh, and we got the door installed.
Yes.
We got the window installed.
Yep.
So all that's going pretty good. And now we're starting to work on the inside, and that's what we're doing here tonight.
Yeah, so we'll make sure that we're better about recording and sharing every little detail. I know a lot of you guys want to know how we're doing this, so we'll continue to record and share the interior project and try and stay up to date on things instead of catching up.
Well, what's it like in the interior right now? So we've done...
Right now we have obviously the base, the floorboards, and then we have the plywood up on the back wall, or the front wall, however you look at it.
Back wall.
There we go.
Back wall plywood.
And we're working on the vapor shield.
Yeah, everything's insulated. We've
Yep.
got the vapor barrier up underneath the plywood on this wall, the back wall. And then I just did the vapor barrier on the ceiling. So that's done. So we've got 3 more walls for vapor barrier and the floor to do. We've got 8 sheets of drywall. I think it's going to take 12 total. So I just didn't, we're not going to get any rain, but if we were to get some rain, I didn't want to have extra drywall sitting out. So I just got what I thought we were going to put in right away. I still got to figure out some things with the electrical where we're going to put our breaker panel and stuff. So I didn't want to have drywall up and take it down or cut holes and figure it out later. So I just got what I knew was going to be able to go in and be final. So let's get these 3 at least hung tonight because it's getting dark, and I can do the walls by myself, but I can't do the ceilings by myself.
Nope.
I need your help.
I wouldn't be able to do the walls by myself, so I'm happy he's back. So we'll stay up to date with you guys and continue to share.
Let's check it out. Let's get it done.